If you're like me, you were probably watching Evo last weekend. You're also probably thinking to yourself, man, fighting games are pretty cool. How can I get better at them? It's important to realize that fighting games aren't like most games when it comes to difficulty. The average game is designed for you, the player, to beat and win. It feels like you've accomplished something, even if that accomplishment is somewhat manufactured by the creators. Fighting games, and by extension other competitive games, don't work like that. The tools are all there for you to beat your opponent, but the game never holds your hand, it gives you a power-up or tweaks the difficulty for you. You win because of your own skill. Fighting games are a skill, one that takes time and patience. It's like learning a new instrument or another language. You're gonna be garbage at first, but you put in the work and it's gonna pay off. So if that hasn't scared you off yet, you're probably wondering, what are some good ways to get yourself started? There are so many fighting games to choose from, all of them different and unique in their own ways. I myself own Persona 4 Arena, Guilty Gear Xrd, Mortal Kombat X, Ultra Street Fighter 4, Skullgirls, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and Darkstalkers 3. And that's not even counting previous versions and iterations. The most obvious game of choice would be Street Fighter. While not the first fighting game, it's what defined the genre, creating a lot of the core mechanics that are staples for all fighting games. Every game I listed has some Street Fighter DNA in it. It truly is the king of fighters. Well, except for actual king of fighters. I highly recommend Patrick Miller's free ebook, From Masher to Master, the educated video game enthusiast fighting gamer primer. The book does a fantastic job breaking down everything for a beginner, using Ryu from Street Fighter II Turbo. As Patrick himself put it, Street Fighter II Ryu is the Atom of fighting games. Learn how to play him, and you'll learn a basic set of skills that you can adapt to any other fighting game. If you're not very interested in reading and just want to start playing, I would recommend playing some in-game tutorials, but sadly most aren't that great. Sure, they explain the basic button layouts and mechanics, but none of them really get into the strategy and more high-level concepts. A notable exception to this is Skullgirls. Its tutorial does a fantastic job breaking down not only how to do basics like moves or blocks, but also explains what concepts like canceling, punishing, hit confirmations, and mix-ups are, and then has you practice them. I would absolutely recommend it. By the way, if you don't understand any of those words I just said, like mix-ups, you should take a look at the SRK fighting game glossary over at shoryuken.com. The most important thing is that you find a game you enjoy and just start playing it, and find someone to play with too. Having a person to train and practice with is important to staying fresh, so find a friend who wants to learn with you, or make friends online. Fighting game communities are a close but relatively friendly bunch, and someone will be willing to help you out. Lastly, I just want to mention while having one of these is nice, don't feel like you have to go out and buy one just because all the pros use them, especially if you don't have the cash. After all, MD Luffy, the grand champion of Street Fighter 4 at EVO last year, won using a PSX controller. Remember, fighting games are all about respect, and you earn that respect by working hard and proving yourself. So start practicing those quarter circles and learning those combos. I'll see you online.